artist designed this house?
I'm gonna. I wonder if I can pause it over at YouTube. I don't think I can. I'm a little early. How long do you think it's? Well, you got 20 minutes, and then how big is this house? You keep designing it. Are you designing it and redesigning it?
I don't like the house I keep making, so I redesign it. And I keep redesigning it. I was making a cafe, but that didn't go so well.
Okay. Why not?
Because people were busy role playing and
Okay. All right. Yeah, 20 minutes on when we're done with this, and I'm done with this, we'll go take Ref for a walk.
Okay.
Thanks, babe. Hi, everybody. I see people starting to get on, and I just thought I'd give you time to do that. And I have to change a few things over here. Are you going to do it right there, babe? Yeah? Okay. I think I might have, okay, I think it's okay. So welcome. It is Mediumship Monday. And I thought I would start this week with a little bit of a series. I know I'm still a little bit ahead of time, so you guys have been used to me getting late and trying to run around. And today I'm not running around. I'm on time. So what am I doing? I'm just sitting here waiting for you all to get on. So I'll just give it a few more minutes. Sing tight. I wonder if I did it here too. It might be fun to see what would happen if I did it on YouTube. Oh, there I am live right there. And it looks really dark. That might be better. Maybe. We'll see. You can let me know. You think it is?
Okay. I said yes, we will. I can't see your screen.
Hi, Lindsay. It's good to see you, of course, always. I really loved when you said you missed my face, because I already miss your face. It was so much fun. So we're going to start. Do you want to say hi? Oh. Nan's on. Nan.
Oh, hi, Nan.
Okay, so we're going to see how this goes for streaming. And if there's any streaming issues, will you please let me know, because I want to make sure that I keep that under control. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story. And I want to tell you where people fall into issues when it comes to vibration and frequency. And when it comes to when we hit hard times where hi, Michael, it's good to see you. When we hit hard times where these, sorry, I'm just looking at, tell me if you guys are having a hard time seeing this, because, okay, you made it. Hi, everybody. Hi, Brittany. Hi, Zara. Hi, Connie. So I am wanting you to tell me what the streaming quality looks like. So if anybody can let me know about what the streaming quality looks like, I would appreciate it. Okay. I thought I knew how to find it, but I guess I don't. Oh, okay. It looks like it should be okay. And Nan said, hi, Miss Pippi. It's very sweet, Nan. Yeah. So I want to tell you a story. It's okay on YouTube? Great. So I want to start with a story of when it's still really dark, huh?
Well, turn on a couple lights.
It's all right, babe. Thank you so much. So I want to talk about a story about when I first was, I guess I'm going to call it like first coming out as a medium. That's what I'm going to say. When I was first like really believing that there was something here and was working in the metaphysical. And I had told a friend and her husband. Now they were friends of somebody else, but but she was a friend of mine. I mean, I would consider her a friend. And I explained like that this metaphysical thing is happening and it's pretty exciting. And I was really excited and really happy about where it was going. And and I remember her husband looked at me and literally said, you know, we can't just like you can't just decide that something is going to happen, or you can't just make everything be rainbows and unicorns and it all just work out. Life doesn't work that way. Life does not work that way, which I find really, really funny because rainbows and unicorns is literally now the name of my Wi-Fi. So
yeah, I was like, oh, that's why you named it.
Right, Piper? So I wanted to talk a little bit about what does it mean when there are people around you bringing vibrations and frequencies into the conversation that are, let's say, lower than what you're at. And you're recognizing that. That's one thing. It's one thing I love about my mom. Sorry, Mom, I'm talking about you again. Is this. She doesn't, so vibration and frequency, if somebody's around you and their lower vibration of frequency is coming in and connecting yours, it's because you're carrying it within your vibration of frequency. Like I said, the friend, okay, I'm sorry. I just got a text about. Okay. So so I want to go back. So we talk about this gentleman, right? He's talking about you can't just make everything. You can't just think everything okay. You can't just make everything be what you want it to be because you think it that way. Well, I'm going to say that's absolutely the only way that things can work out is if you focus on a particular outcome. As you focus on what you want. So let's just say he comes back. Let me just call him Dan. That is not his real name. Dan comes into the room and Dan starts saying, let's just say he says, all mediums are terrible or psychics are not true. And if I hold in my vibration and frequency that I have any belief of that, what he's saying could really upset me. No, because I'm me and I do what I do, I know that's not true. So he could say and do everything. We're not a vibrational match. We're not a match on our thoughts. We're not a match on our opportunities. We're not a match on even being in the same like world. He's in a different world and I'm in a different world vibrationally and frequency. Hope that makes sense. Does that make sense? I need a hell yeah or a hell no. So what you look to is what is happening in your life. What you give your attention to is what is happening in your life. We are conditioned to look at the terrible things that have happened in life and focus on them over and over again. I'm absolutely one of those. The first step is like recognizing how much we hold on to the negative story and we tell it again. We talk about it again. We go to our girlfriends. We talk on the phone about it. We go to our therapist. We talk on the phone about it. We go to our boyfriends. We talk on the phone about it. We go to our husbands. We talk on the phone about it. We're just over talking about these things again and again and again and again until you keep that vibration and frequency so packed that even when you begin to go out and say, hey, wait a second, I want to do something different, you don't recognize it because you're still sending out those frequencies and vibrations that will bring you lower and lower. So I can say, Delisha, I love you. So let me just, that's a good, actually, Azara is saying something on YouTube that I think is really important. The problem is not talking. Even if you're not verbally saying that, you can be putting out vibrations and frequencies that are lower by holding it in your thought system. I mean, that's very different. So holding the traumas in is not getting through them either. right? But you're holding on to a vibration and frequency. So let me give an example of this, because I think it's really, really important when you're talking about an example. When you're talking about something like this. So, and this example is, it is metaphysical based. So I had done a session with a girl once, and she had lost her father. And when she lost her father, she was in utero. And I'm giving her telling her very specifics about where the father's picture was in her room, what color her room was, with all this. And then he stopped. The father from the other side stopped me and said, "Tell her I'm proud of her right now." So I stopped everything I was saying. And he said, "Tell her I'm proud of her right. Your dad wants you to know he's proud of you right now." And her response was, "That is exactly what I just thought in my head." I want you to, we're going to pick this apart, because I see, how do we guard ourselves? Okay. So I want to just pick this apart before we get to some of the other questions. What I'm trying to put here is, she was putting the vibration, the frequency. She was asking a question of spirit. In her head, spirit heard her, acted on it, and gave me the message. Our thoughts are not our own thoughts. I know that we'll do this, I love it in the Bible. Be careful. I don't even know. Delisha, you probably tell me where it is if you want to. Be careful what you, I'm totally going to be paraphrasing the Bible right now. And Jesus, it's what you think is what actually happens. It's a very crude example of what Jesus said, but what I want to show is that what you're thinking still holds a vibration and frequency in this world, and it is shown on the other world. It's shown on the other side. It is seen on the other side. Your thoughts are not your own. In fact, when you cross over to the other side, your thoughts are shared. We're shared thoughts. I want you to think about that for a second. Shared thoughts. So think about, I think about this all the time. These are kind of stuff I think about all the time. How your thoughts, and so we're driving down the street and you are thinking good thoughts, or you're thinking negative thoughts, or you're thinking neutral thoughts. They're all being heard. They're all being heard. So one of the things I'd like to talk about is how to begin to shift, because it's true. I mean, that Dan gentleman had a really good point. I mean, even though he thought he was actually saying metaphysical wasn't true, he had a great point, and he didn't know it. His point was, everything can't be sunshine and rainbows all the time. Well, I want to challenge that point first off, because here it is. You can't go from a negative, that Dan's thinking was very, very negative, to a completely, utterly positive thinking, because your body will revolt against it and say it's not true. Your body will say, it's not true, and rubber band and go you started here, you started here, you went and believed, right, that it was up here, and then rubber band back down. So how do you change it? Here's how you change it. Here's how I like this. How do you guard ourselves? There's a couple things I want to talk about that, because I think that's a good question too, Julia. First, whenever you're out in the world, and especially if you're on this channel, or you're looking on YouTube, or you're looking on Facebook, in any way, shape, or form, you are empathic. You pick up, and you pick up and hear Spirit's guidance, because you're here. So your first thing I would always say is just prayer of protection. Just allow the white light of God to surround me wherever I go. That's your first thing. Your second thing is, you have to like where you're at right now. You cannot change a thing unless you like where you're at. And I really like to use this for I like to use this in with respect to weight. I like to use this for weight, right? Because it's so easy, and we always think weight. I want to lose weight, especially the females out there. We really are usually fed this. We can't like who we are. We have to be something other than what we are. So how do you change anything is you have to say, I'm all right where I'm at. I'm good. I have everything I need. I'm totally supported. I'm moving in a way that is good for me. I like who I am. I like where I'm at. I like what I do. I appreciate the things I have around me. I appreciate how thoughtful people are to me. I appreciate, you see the good. You see and stretch to the positive side, but only a little bit, because what you're going to be doing is creating steps to being a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, without this huge slingshot back into something that doesn't make any, that is like worse than it was before. Does that make sense? So it's a little bit vibration, little bit vibration, little bit vibration. You know, there's a channel out there. His name is Paul Selig, Selig. And he has what he says, and I really love this a lot, is I increase my vibration and frequency to the highest available to me now. I increase my vibration and frequency to the highest available to me now. You begin to appreciate what is happening around you. You have heard this a million times, and I want to tell you why it's so important to read the books, see the people, get the session, do the things that like you're driven to do, because you need to hear it differently. You need to see it differently. It's not that it's not, I know that like there's a lot of self-help stuff out there, okay? There's tons. Plus my book that's coming and my courses that are coming, which I hope you all take, is literally what ends up happening is they remind us in different ways who we are, why we're here, our vibration, our frequency. Life as we have created it in this realm is a very difficult place to be right now. But what we need to do is to begin to do small things, small incremental pieces of change. And the small pieces of change are learning at first how to like where you're at. I mean, you've heard, like I said, a million times, you've heard an attitude of gratitude, right? How many times you've heard that out of people's mouths? You got to have an attitude of gratitude. I have a friend. I have a friend. We'd talk on the phone. He would tell me, he's in a metaphysical world. And he's different now, but years ago, he would be like, I'm so mad I could punch somebody in the throat, which I think is just the funniest thing to say in the whole entire world. But when you shift that wanting to punch somebody in the throat to being grateful for where you're at right now, so as to think of in his heart, so is he. Oh, I love that. Brittany, that's perfect. Proverbs 23:7. So as he thinks in his heart, so is he. I love that. So as you think in your heart, so are you. So as you think, you are creating. You are part of the divine source. Your body is part of divinity. Every cell. I want to like just bust this myth too while we're at it. Why not? I want to bust this myth that your soul is in your solar plexus or your heart, or I want you to think it different way. I want you to see it differently. I want you to try it on. Your soul is in every cell of your body. Every cell of your body. Every part of it. Not just a little bit of it, but all of it. Every part holds your soul. So imagine and I have done this a million times, so I will be the one. I like to be the guinea pig, is that you hate the way your butt looks. You hate the way your ankles, your puffy, your whatever, your blah, 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 blah. 1.5 million things. And all the while, there you are, hating on yourself in a specific way that houses your divinity. So if you could think of yourself as a divine vessel, and I always like to do it, I like to do this as a way of biology, right? You're a symbiotic creature. You are a symbiotic creature. That means your two halves make a whole, right? Your soul and the human animal come together, cell by cell, to learn and create. Like you come into this world, in the moment before you came here, you remembered everything. You remembered everything. Then you come here, you're in this amnesia to try and remember what you already knew, to see how you can get in this world of seemingly big, huge contrasts of what you don't like, of what you do like, of where you're going and how you're going, to remembering how divine you truly are. So, back to what Julia said. I'd like prayers of protection for yourself. Only see what's in your highest good. Only see what's in your highest good. Let me say that again. Only see what's in your highest good. Only grab for the biggest, best, idealist emotion that you possibly can. Because I guarantee that when you cross the other side, you're not going to say, oh, I could have been sad more. I could have been sad more. I should have been upset more. I should have just, I don't know, given up. I should have taken, I don't know what I was going to say. I was going to say something probably not appropriate. So I'm just going to say this. What ends up happening is you need to just, in this moment, try and appreciate and be grateful for what you have. Now, you may think, I don't have anything to be grateful for. I lost my job. I lost my dog. I lost my truck. I lost my spouse. I lost everything, right? Well, I want to say that there's still things to be grateful for. Grateful for I always do this to my kids. You have 2 eyes, 2 arms. You can walk. You probably had breakfast and lunch today. You might have even already had dinner. You were able to have clean water. You went to the bathroom in your house that had running water. Holy cow. It's amazing. These things are so amazing. Think about it. You have electricity. Could you, if the whole world ended, could you make electricity run through your walls again? Maybe you have solar panels. How awesome is that? Maybe you have a whole 401k kicking for you. I want to offer that there's many things that you can begin to take a look at. 10 toes, 10 fingers, a nose. You can smell things. You have batteries. You have fans. Maybe you have air conditioning. You have windows you can open. There's a ton. You have a car. Maybe you put gas in your car today. Maybe you put gas in your car today at Costco and it was cheaper, or you got a cheaper place. You could have so much fun with this that before you know it, these small things begin to add up and add up and add up to this amazing change in attitude. But you have to work on it. It's not like you can just do it once and it's done. That's not the case. You have to keep doing it and building on it until you hear it, feel it, and see it. Okay? And I love those Esther Hicks rampages, and I'm thinking about just starting to put the ones I like on my on YouTube, because I think they're so important for being able to shift and change what's happening in the world. Listen to that again. Listen to that again. Listen to that. How you are thinking can shift and change what's happening in the world. I'd like to share another little bit of a story. I got lots of stories tonight. Okay, this is the way it goes. I used to love driving from Colorado to Michigan. And let me tell you why. And then I really want you to listen to this so you could try and start doing it where you're at and see what you think about it. So I would love it. One, I have 3 kids, and they were all strapped into seats in the back. So everybody was safe, right? Everybody was safe coming to Michigan to visit my mom and sister. And I would drive cross country. And as I would drive, I would imagine that I had energetic arms that reached out miles and miles and miles each side, east, west. And then I would imagine that they got really deep into the earth. And I would just imagine I was clearing out any negative, deep energy and just sending love and light to Mother Earth, love and light to Gaia, love and light to everybody that walked my path. In fact, I absolutely would also suggest everybody on here do a Course in Miracles. Find a Unity Church by you, get going doing it. It's really good. Because I would see people, I would, in my head, remember, it's in your head is completely and utterly heard on the other side instantly, every time, instantly, every blessing, every time you're sending somebody blessing. I still do this as I walk by people today, but I would drive down the road and I would look at a car and be like, the light in me sees the light in you. The light in me sees the light in you. I am giving this like energy boost to people. I'm giving it, so I'm receiving it at the same time. You give it, you receive it. You give it, you receive it. The light in me sees the light in you. Or you can say, just as you would for yourself, only the highest good for this person to come through. Only the highest good for this person to come through. I hope this makes sense to everybody. I hope like this is like the first week that we're really going to talk about vibration and frequency. You can change your path. I have done it a million times. Okay, maybe not a million times, but it seems like I've lived 25 lives in this life so far. And I continually look for where I want to go, not to where I've been. I know where I've been. You know where you've been. You know the story back there. Don't jump on it. Don't ruminate over it. Don't think about it. Don't worry about it. And I'm going to tell you this, and it's going to be hard. Maybe it's going to be hard, but I'm going to tell you that if your people have died, they want you to be happy. They want you to be here. They want you to be feeling who you truly are, not living with your head down, which is really an easy way to go. Oh, that might have been, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. So I got to tell you some good news too. Let me just tell you some good news. So I did a mediumship course last week. Wait, was it last week, Piper?
I'm not sure. Oh yeah. Wait.
Was it last week?
I think so.
No, it was the week before. I've already been home for a week. Okay, wow. It's crazy. So I've been putting to practice some of the stuff that I've used. So it's sort of like I've done it my way, and then we're going to like change it up a little bit. And I did a reading with somebody. I got 4 names, like 4 names. That's like huge. Lindsay, if you're still out there, give me a shout out. So you know how big that is. So 4 names, great. It's awesome. Even got like a month of birth month for somebody. So it's perfect. Now, anytime that you go to a reading, whether it be with me, either it be a group, a one-on-one, or a big group or a small group, I want to tell you how to see your messages. Seeing your messages can really be a big deal. So if you are going to a group reading and you're in the room, you are 100% supposed to be in that room. It's supposed to be there for you. So there are messages that will come through for you that you may not get directly from the medium, but you're there and spirit will give messages. Now remember, the medium doesn't run the show. Spirit runs the show. You don't run the show. Spirit runs the show. So they're going to know, and especially it depends, and there's different kinds of mediums. I know my mediumship is like how to heal from where you're at and how to heal and move on and how to like be who you truly are. what's holding you back in your soul? And I don't even think I'm going to get to doing any readings right now, but I just want to I want to just say that when you come even to here, you're supposed to be here. You're supposed to be receiving these messages. Now, mediumship is an art form. You have to connect the dots. You have to really bring the dots together and show how things come together. But it is a very rewarding when you work with a medium to get the messages that help heal your soul. So yeah, that's what I have to say about that. And what's up, Rai? Oh, you know what? Riley needs to be fed, Piper.
Oh, thank you.
So he's looking at me, and I'm like, okay, I heard you. Okay, I heard you. All right. Do we have any questions out there? I don't know. I'm going to run it that way. Do we want any questions? I just, you know what? I think that's, I have to remind everybody about that. I'll be at Sal's Italian Restaurant a week from this Wednesday, so the 31st. The doors will open at 4:00. You can eat there. I will begin reading at 6. I'll go from 6 to 8. I'm going to read for about an hour and 45 minutes, and then about 10, 15 minutes for questions. So I hope I can see you there. I hope you come. I just heard of Marilyn. I also heard an I name. There's a mother coming forward for you here. Okay. So I have a female energy coming forward with a mother. Makes me feel oh, sorry. I just saw these questions. How do you clear your energy? I set an intention. About clearing my energy. I also have some aura sprays that I use, or I just always am asking spirit to clear my energy. So I set the intention that only things that are coming for the highest good are going to come through for me. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so hey, Ray. Okay, so I have a female energy coming forward. It feels like a mother. It actually feels like a mother and a grandmother. She's talking about wine bottles that were left around for her. Just talking about wine bottles that she had. I'm sorry. Right. Stop. Okay. Piper, could you
Take care of them.
Please and thank you. So there's a couple of things that I feel like I was just in somebody's face there, and I'm sorry about that. So there's a couple of things I feel with her. She's showing me wine glasses, and she's showing me a lot of wine. So I feel like there's showing me an alcohol problem on the father's side, starting with this, I feel like mother, grandmother, more like try and get her to talk to me. I think that the person left. Oh. So I'm gonna talk to this person offline, and then I'm gonna find that out. So I just want to say, see light, be light. I'll check you later. I gotta run. Ciao. Bye.